Hi, my name is Pascual Torres. I'm 32 years old. My father's in the Marine Corps, so I moved around a lot, but I've spent a lot of time in Arizona, and right now I'm living in Tucson. My legs weren't actually amputated. I was actually born without legs. The doctor said there was probably a complication with my mother during pregnancy, but I've also heard the story that there was possibly some water contamination in the town that I grew up in. When I'm without my legs, a lot of the challenge is reaching up to grab things very high, carrying objects when I usually use my hands to walk around. When I'm wearing my prosthetics, the legs themselves become difficult, and sometimes I have to go up and down stairs or walk for very long distances, and that can cause me some exhaustion. My greatest role model was my father. I really appreciated his intelligence. He went to school, he got a very good education, he was very thoughtful. I mean, he always said it was okay to cry, and I'm very in touch with my emotional side as a result of it. And I feel like he's also encouraged me to be responsible. He encouraged me to confess when I made mistakes, and he would always say stuff like, "Hey, what did you learn from that?" And we would discuss it. I've never really had to face discrimination head on as far as somebody telling me what I could or could not do. I've been able to do a lot of things in my life, including I joined the wrestling team when I was very young, and I was accepted by pretty much everybody there. For some reason, people want to think that, oh, your life is so depressing and so sad, and they're always like, oh, what happened to you? Did you get hit by a car? Were you in a car accident? Did you lose your legs? Or they'll say, don't you miss running? Or do you miss riding a bicycle? And I have to explain to them that that's not the case. Once I went down to Mexico and I was wearing my university t-shirt, yet some woman offered me $5 and was like, oh, here you go, and thought I was a beggar. I often get Hispanic women that come up to me and say a prayer and lay their hands on my head and say, God bless you. And I'm not sure if they're trying to bless me or take my juju, as I usually say. Just recently, I've tried to put myself out there and get more involved. And I've noticed people that want to help me, people want to talk to me, people want to hear my story, people want to know what it's like to be born without legs and all the challenges that I face. I didn't have the pressure of possibly being a macho man or being a superstar athlete. I really got to focus on learning and my education, going to school, and not being too distracted by a lot of things. I've garnered a lot of attention from a lot of people that want to come up to me and get to know me. And I've been able to share a lot of my thoughts and I think be a positive role model. I just went to a restaurant the other day. I had a small girl come up to me and ask me what happened to me and wanted to know my story, and I think it's very touching and emotional that I'm able to share a few words with somebody that doesn't know somebody that was a little bit different, and it's really exciting to be able to do that for somebody. I went to college, I finished school, I did that all by myself, and after that I went back to school and I got my master's degree. I've also been employed for 9 years with the same organization, and I've progressed throughout the organization pretty much to the top of where I can be. You know, being a dad without legs means that I can get down on the floor with my kids and really wrestle and entertain them. We'll go maybe to the playground. I can get up inside the playground and climb around the jungle gym and do all those fun things, get inside their little toy castles and play camp with them. We can all kind of fit in the same bed together because I'm a little bit shorter and smaller. And for the most part, I'm able to be really close to them, be like a kid, really enjoy myself on their level, just as they would. Traveling has been a big goal of mine, so I've done a lot of traveling in my personal life, done some business-wise and whatever, and I continue to travel and meet other people from all over the place, and I really enjoy that. That's a joy for me and a pleasure to go places. I'd also want to bring my daughters and show them the world one day. They haven't had any international travel, so I think that's a huge goal of mine. I'm currently writing a lot of poetry, and I have a website, and I'm trying to turn that into a business that I can possibly make some profit out of. Right now I'm looking to get published as children's poet and children's author of stories. I have a weak stomach, I think. I try all sorts of exotic foods. Every time I go somewhere, I try to try the local cuisine, and more than half the time it makes me sick. And I don't care how many times, I never learn. I just say, hey, fish heads? Sure, whatever the cuisine is, I'll try it, and then lo and behold, I get sick because I can't handle that kind of stuff. But at least I'm trying. A couple of my hobbies and fun things I like to do. I like to write songs. Sometimes they're comedy songs, sometimes they're love songs, whatever comes to my head. Sometimes I just wake up and I'm singing something and I don't know where it is. So I grab a piece of paper and I just write it down. One of the things I really love to do is cook. A lot of people are surprised how well I cook, and I've never had any formal training. Basically, I just started cooking when I was about 3rd grade, and I really enjoyed it, and I continue to. I watch the food channels and things like that. I just joined a wheelchair basketball league, which I hadn't been involved in quite a while, and I really took to it. I really enjoyed it. I'd been keeping in shape through just taking my wheelchair around about a 2-mile track outside my housing development, but playing basketball is a lot more focused, it's more team oriented, and I really enjoy that aspect of it. I really would like to make a change in the world. I think things like this program are an important way for people to get more in touch with what the amputee life is like, how it can be different yet very much the same. We're all people in the long run, in the scheme of things, and we'll do things differently. But some of it can be very beautiful and very incredible and very ingenious. And I like to share that part of my life with the world.
Cute. Just turn to the left.